Hey y'all, what's going on? Y'all know what it is. True blood time, and I may have to break this down into two videos because I'm just not taking a chance on what happened last week happening this week. Okay, just to give a recap on last week, we know that Narnie has lost her rabbit ass motherfucking mind, and it's not necessarily the witch that's inhabiting her body. It's more or less this bitch. She's going through some ridiculous ass shit. So she's basically kind of keeping the witch ghost bitch hostage. Okay. Um we know that Jessica is kind of pissed off and mad and she's ready to bomb a motherfucker because last week, she just you had a romp with Jason. Jason was like, yeah, I think it's because glammed me or whatever. Da 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 da. And we know that they all got in their black shit and got their little slow TV walk on to go and blow that motherfucking building up. Because now, not only is Tara and them in there, now Sookie's in there. Sookie was drawn in, Jason was left behind. Blah blah blah. So now let's get up to speed. And I'm sorry about last week, y'all. The video wouldn't go up and it just anywho. Okay. We start off this time with oh Lord, where do I want to start with y'all? Because it was really good. This was a damn good one. Um, Let me just go ahead and start with Andy because I never start with Andy. So y'all know from last week, Andy was left in the woods by Terry, which might I add is looking rather nice here lately. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on with Terry. Kind of, he kind of pulled it together now, y'all. Anyway, so Terry's like, you know what? Walk home. Trying to get him together, get him on the road and getting away from his V. In the midst of him walking home, y'all, he's talking to himself and it's like, he's having this full conversation. He gets to this point where he's like, who the fuck am I talking to? Bam, he sees this light. Y'all know immediately I was thinking, here comes some fairy fuckery. I already know it's getting ready to be that ugly ass fairy. Y'all know the one when Suki was in Fairyland or whatever when it first came on. So, excuse me, y'all. So basically, she's like, she zaps him because she smells the vampire blood on him. But then she realizes, okay, he's just got it on him. He's had a little bit in his system, but he is human. She decides she wants to get her fairy hippity dippity on. So, Andy getting ready to go to the fairy jungle, which they already in the jungle. So we may as well do what fairies. What is it, Bougie? Bouge. Come here, Bouge. Come here, baby. Listen, y'all, I'm sorry. You really, y'all, this is Bougie's Wooby. And I need y'all to know that she has wore the Wooby app. Now, that's it. Now, you done chewed the nose off. Anyway, sorry, y'all. So they go to the jungle, but she's like, wait a minute, I need to know you going to protect me. Do you swear by the light? And he's all like, honey, I don't give a damn. I swear by whatever as long as you give me them fairy draws. So she touches his finger, and this goes in him, and next thing you know, they at the jungle. Of course, thank God they didn't give us no nude scene of Andy because I don't need to see that. Okay, now let's go to. Oh Lord, yeah, I'm sorry. They showing like little bits and pieces of next week is still on. Anyway, now let's go to Nornie and her fuckery. Because I need to talk about this bitch because this is the whole fucking basis, of what's going on, what's been going on this season and this whole nap from Nandra. That's just it. So she's like, she's going through this whole bit with her old girl's trying to get out of her again. This bitch, y'all, just a long story, motherfucking short. This bitch done killed one of the people that was in there. Now this bitch done lost her rabbit ass man. Now, bitch, you might have been teased a little bit, but ho, you ain't got to kill nobody. Now, and I need you to take that motherfucking dress out because you done had it on for days. Whew. Anyway, so she throws the knife and kills the chick or whatever. This is when Lafayette's boyfriend, and y'all know I'm all over the place. I'm just going to talk about what's pertinent. Lafayette's boyfriend is like, look, something got to be done. His sis, which y'all kind of, his sis. I don't know. I'm on the fence with Jesus. I'm getting a little bit better with Jesus. So Jesus is like, something got to be done. I'm just going to have to pull this mask face demon trick out of me and just do something about this bitch. And he decides that he's going to use the dead body, in this whole bit. Now, let's go off of that and let's kind of flash back and go back. Now, I need y'all to know that I thought I was going to lose my mind tonight because Bill and Eric was ready to lay their vampire life down for the circuitry. Now, I don't know what she's packing around in her panties, y'all, but it's got to be sunshine because they was ready to die for that ass tonight. And I was like, fuck that bitch. Let that bitch go. Leave that bitch. She got the light and shit. Shit, why ain't she shining out shit, bitch? I need you to get hurt. I'm going to need you to shine. Anyway, so Bill decides he's going to holler for Nornie and get Nornie out there. Come on out here. So Nornie asked Sookie to come. Sookie came. They out there, Bill and them behind the thing. And that's when the whole thing about, the deal on letting Sookie go. And she's like, well, I'll let y'all go if you kill yourselves. And Bill's like, okay. And Eric's like, okay. Pam is like, you got to be out your motherfucking mind just for this bitch. Pam is ready to tear Sookie's ass up. And Jessica is ready to tear her ass up too because Bill's getting ready to sacrifice himself as her maker. She's feeling some kind of way about this. Okay, so, now before this, they had this one vampire, which was one of the ones that was smoking in the closet from last week. And she gets out there or whatever. They got, Bill done fucked up or whatever. He had his foot on her neck, blah, 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 blah. So Nornie says something and old girl jumps up and her and Bill has a little, tussle. Knowing she's a young motherfucker vampire, bitch, what did you really think he was going to do with Bill? Come on now. Well, number one that out there that was going to get Bill together, and that was Eric. Which I'm so glad you back, Eric. Yeah, I'm so glad Eric is back. I don't know what to do, which we know this from last week. Eric is back. Sookie brought him on back. But Sookie realizes, and I'm going to just throw this in here, Sookie realizes that she can't imagine Bone Tongue, the world or nowhere without Bill. Eric's like, oh, no. He's crushed and shit. Pam comes in, has her moment. And she's like, why didn't you summons me? And he's like, having this deep moment with Sookie. Pam is like, bitch, my skin and shit just came back, but I will tear your ass up. But he gives her a kiss on the head or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, back to the point that we were talking about. Okay, so Nornie's like, no. So the vampire's fighting with Bill, and Bill throws her into the little force field, which turns out to be, just the power of the sun or whatever. To humans, it'll hurt them a little bit, but to vampires, it's a done deal. The true death for that ass. So she gets thrown into that, disappears or whatever. And Bill and them realized, Lord, what are we going to do with this bitch? Now, I'm waiting. I don't know. Am I the only one that was waiting on Sookie? When was Sookie going to go ham bananas on her? Because, girl, you got the light. I need you to get the light going. She ain't getting the light going. Okay. So, they go back in. Nornie realized, I done fucked up. The ghost is trying to get out of her. Lafayette and his sis is back in the back. Tara somewhere wondering why, what the fuck, how did I even get in this bullshit? Okay, now off of that for just a minute. Now we need to go visit. What's his name? We got to go. First of all, we got to visit with Alcee. Hey, Joe. We got to visit with Alcee. And okay, we know that Tommy, wait a minute, Tommy. Y'all know last week Tommy was killed off, and let me just bring it up. And y'all, I felt some kind of way about it. I was kind of like, I didn't like it, but I was verklempt, y'all. I was feeling some kind of damn way. I was like, oh my God, are they going to kill Tommy? I don't know if I'm ready for him to go with the stinking draws, man. But Tommy is gone. Basically, the pack leader or whatever, he decided, basically, he was looking for his brother, Sam. But then Tommy took over, shape-shifted into Sam, and they beat the hell out of him. Thank God Alcee, Joe. He interfered on it or whatever, but too late. Joe, I'm going to need you to speak that up now here. Now here. You took a long time trying to get this together, and you finally stopped them or whatever. Now, okay, now that brings us up to speed on this. And this, so Alcee and Pam, Lord, I said Pam. Alcee and Sam is basically on the hunt looking for the pack leader who, with all of his fuckery, is somewhere with Al C's motherfucking wife. That bitch. And we know from last week this bitch that had her being shit. Now she's up in their house. Which, bitch, I never trusted you. That's okay. You done. Bye, bitch. Is messing around with the wolfhound. They all up in the room and shit. Meanwhile, the little horsey Barilla ass woman, her child disappears. He done picked up the child and everything, took it to Al C's house. They looking for her. Get a phone call and shit, and it's her. She don't know where she's at. Al C looks at the number. That's my house. So immediately they go over there. And Sam is pissed the fuck off. So they go in there. The horsey Barilla woman, she gets her baby or whatever. Sam and them go upstairs. You know, he's like Captain Saberhope. Al C, you know he's smelling. He's like, is that some motherfucking vampirilla wolf coochie I smell up in here? I know she ain't in here getting wolfatry. Why I ain't her? Meanwhile, I see, Joe, you ain't got to put up with that, boo-boo. You ain't got to put up with that. So she's upstairs, and they bust in the door, and this bitch, first thing she saying, her motherfucking drawers. Bitch, are you crazy? Did nothing happen, bitch? You might as well have been in the motherfucking throes. He's mad as hell. Sam got the gun at the pack leader and shit, and he's like, just like a fucking shapeshifter. You know, you gonna hide behind a gun. Sam's like, fuck this gun, bitch. I'm gonna fight you like a motherfucking man. So they get to fighting, but y'all, in the midst of this, Al C's motherfucking wolf backstabbing bitch and her wolfatry. She's like, no, bitch. What? Y'all, I can't. Okay, I need a minute. I need a minute. Come on now. Y'all seen the pack leader. Now, is this bitch out her motherfucking rabbit ass man? Now, the pack leader, Joe. The pack leader, Joe. The pack leader. And y'all, I can't help it. I got to call him Joe because that's what I know about. Joe! You know, it's Joe. Anywho, so Joe's pushing her back, this and that. Another, I'll see. Okay, I'll see. Okay, yeah. Okay. No, this gotta get it. Anyway, he's pushing her back and all of this shit, and like, you know, Sam and him is getting into it or whatever, they fighting, and Sam finally gets the best of him. They do have a moment where he kind of got Sam and got him back around the neck or whatever, but Sam has this, and I know at any point Al C is going to jump in, which is what happened. So Al C fucked him up, you know, got him in his throat, smashed his shit. This bitch is crying. Al C says, I'm done with you, bitch. So, of course, they had to go out and go downstairs. So he's dead there. She's there crying again like the bitch was last season. Ugh, bitch, I'm going to need you to stop. That's what I'm going to need. Okay. What's my seconds? Because I know I'm going to have to do this in two. Okay. So they go down there. The little girl's like, where's my daddy? He looks at the horse at Barilla and like, I had to do what I had to do. I mean, what did the bitch say? You know, so she's going to, you know, they're going to have to explain or whatever. Okay, now off of that. Let's get back to Nornie them. And do I have time? Let's get back to Nornie them and what's going on between them. So now Jesus, and I want to go to him because Jesus is in the back room telling Lafayette, now I might turn into some demon kitchen cat, Barilla, river rat, Susan May. But don't worry about it, baby, because whatever I say, don't worry about it, you know. Now, let's just pause for a moment. We need to have a station break. Y'all don't know what the fuck's going on with Lafayette's hair, but I done had it. That's it. That's it. That's all, folks. Lafayette, you looked a fucking fool this whole damn season. So I hope next season you'll look better. Okay, now, so he's in there. He gets the blood and the knife and all this. That snatches out a woman, and I'm ready to fall out and shit. And, you know, because I'm like, you just going to pull it out of her like it ain't like it ain't nothing. Lafayette's like, he's being a drama queen, like, oh, you know, the whole bit. Y'all, this is going to cut off. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come right back in, and y'all know that I will post this as a video response, so I will be back. All right.